Hi, my name is Angela, and I am a quantum healer, transformation coach, mystic, and Christ conscious channel. And if we aren't connected already, let's connect. So you can follow me or add me on Facebook under Angela Gertzen. I do have a spiritual community as well called the Sacred Awareness Collective. So please, if you aren't in there already, come join us. So it's where I'm going to share events like this one. And I also have a YouTube channel. And it would mean the world to me if you would go over and subscribe if you haven't already. And it's called the Sacred Awareness with Angela Dawn. And there's a playlist on there that has all of these group events that we've done. And if you're not tired of following me everywhere else, I'm also on TikTok, Angela Gertzen 111. So you can find me there as well. I would, though, like to start off with a bit of a disclaimer. The information that I'm going to share with you is through the lenses of a Christ conscious channel. So I will be using words such as God, creator, source. So if those names trigger you, I'm going to ask you to lean in anyway. Okay. I don't want you to get caught up on the names I'm using and potentially miss some of the information that you might actually find to be helpful for you. So where did I get all this from? You may ask. Various classes I've attended, my own spirit guides, a couple different books I've read. The Kabbalion, we have Oneness by Rasha, as well as, if I could give you homework, it would be this one. It's called The Fall. You were there, it's why you're here. So, yeah, it's definitely a good read. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But no, there's of course no homework. Also, though, know that the information that I'm going to present is very watered down, and there is much more to explore within the concepts that I am about to present to you. So please, if you will, just follow the breadcrumbs that I'm about to lay out for you and just allow your soul to be your guide. And you may want to rewatch this as there is quite a bit that I am packing into a short amount of time. So before we begin, I'd like for you to take everything that you've known about spirit guides, what they are, what their purpose is, and place it into a box. Just imagine doing this and hold the attention. That's enough. And this is because what I'm about to say, it may go against a lot of what you've already been taught about this concept. So also know the more that you release your attachment to time, to these concepts themselves, the further you're actually going to be able to go within them. It's pretty neat. So is anybody familiar with the work of St. Teresa of Avila, particularly the Interior Castle? Okay, if not, that's okay. So St. Teresa was a nun from, I believe, the 15th century. Don't quote me, from a while ago. And she received a vision from Christ, picturing the soul as if it were a castle that was made up of a single diamond or a very clear crystal, and in which there are many rooms. And in the center of the crystal castle is the sun, or the king, who gives all the splendor and the beauty to the rest of the castle. And the closer we approach to the center, the greater the light gets. So the book states that you can enter the castle through prayer and meditation, and the human spirit experiences humility, detachment, suffering, and ultimately self-knowledge as it roams room from room and as the soul progresses further towards the center of the castle. So part of our journey today is going to include your interior castle. So you may feel called to study that further for yourself. And the reason why we are journeying into the castle is because the castle represents the soul. And we're going to be meeting aspects of your soul that you have labeled as spirit guides. So this means that the portion of your spirit guide team that we're meeting is you existing in parallel realms. Once I attempt to explain time, this will hopefully make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to quickly touch on the different levels of spirit guides. So there are many archangels, prime creators, ascended masters, various saints and sages throughout our history that are just waiting to work with us on our path of ascension. You see, many of these beings have actually vowed to help us, but we must go to them rather than waiting for them to come to us. This isn't to say they can't, just saying if you want to work with them, work with them. Ask. That's all you need to do is ask. Now, sometimes it may take a little while to get the connection or the response. Keep asking, okay? Just keep on asking. So working with those guides is not actually what this session is about, though. So in this session, we're going to meet 3 types of guides. So you've got your human level guides, your angelic guides, and your galactic guides. So after I share just a little bit of information, we're going to go on a journey to meet one from each category. So I've been to classes on spirit guides, and I left with more questions and answers. So my goal is to attempt to leave you with more answers than questions. So I want you to imagine that you have a rope, and that this rope is made up of separate fibers that are get bound together. You've seen a rope, right? Okay. So for this analogy, though, God is and was the rope. So there came a time when the rope wished to express on and focus on the individual fibers. So these fibers were always a part of the whole, always part of the rope, but they could be examined if so wished as individual fibers. And that is what the divine sought out to do. Each of these fibers would be considered to be a point of view of the rope. So that's what we are, just different points of view of the same rope or the same source. So, as an aspect of source, the isness itself, right, decided to examine the fibers within the rope. And in order to do that, it loosened the bond with the rope. But once the fibers had been sufficiently loosened, Source placed part of its consciousness into each fiber. And these fibers, these beings, are described to be angels. Okay? So you, my friends, have an angelic aspect to you. And this is one of the guides that we're going to be meeting today. Now, the law of one tells us that the all is in the one and the one is in the all. Okay. So the Kybalion also tells us in the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as below, so above. Okay. So we're going to apply the universal laws to the concept of God as a rope, the above, and our soul is the rope, the below. Okay. So the two must be reflections of each other. Okay. So we're going to keep that in mind. So we are going to have to get outside of the belief that time exists. Because if you can do that, you can very easily view your soul's different experiences. And these experiences are what we would generally call past lives. But what if you shifted your focus and awareness to the fact that they are actually parallel lives? Okay. So the only moment in existence is the infinite moment of now. Okay. There's not a past. The future hasn't happened yet. There's just now. Okay. Then we often think of time as linear. We're born, something happens, and then we die. Right? It's generally how we view life. But what if I showed you a different way? All right. Okay. Now, just a moment. It's kind of tricky to draw straight ahead here, so please excuse my picture. So we need to kind of start somewhere. So go here. Instead, now this is much more artistic in real life. And we're just going to say that that keeps going. Here. Okay, so instead, we start because we have to start somewhere. And you kind of, it's a period of ascension. Okay. And then followed by a period of descension, in which we'll say about here is where we would maybe come into another life. Right? We're going to start. We're going to go up again. Kind of come this time a little bit further up or ascended the last time. And then now we're kind of going, we're descending again, right? Kind of further this time. We're going up further this way. Okay. And it just kind of keeps happening. Here. Go around and around. Okay. Now we're going to take this picture and instead of viewing it straight on, I want you to imagine that you're looking down at it. Okay. As soul. And all of these little points, you're dropping into them all at once, simultaneously. Okay. Now, you close that. Okay. Yeah. So, because it's all happening at once, right? In this beautiful spiral of time. Go look it up on Google. Yeah, there's some much nicer drawings than the one I did. But anyway, I do hope that that illustrated that a little bit. You can think of time as more of a spiral than just like a straight line. Okay. All these different parallel existences of you pretending, well, to not know that it's all you happening. Anyway, okay. So we're going to keep that in mind also. I'm going to very briefly go over another way to look and move through the dimensions. I'm going to try to explain each in like a sentence or two. Remember, this is very watered down material, but I also don't want to keep you all night. So, okay, first dimension, we have a measurement of 1. Okay, we need to start somewhere. There's nothing physical here, but there is a measurement of something that is already whole. Okay, second dimension, we now have a measurement of polarity. Okay, so polarity meters and measures and give words to time and space. So the third dimension is like when time and space collapse into one. And we call that experiencing. Okay. Fourth dimension, frequency. It is the process of source experiencing. Fifth dimension is awareness. So it's an awareness of the data that we experience, and it is being recorded in the universal library that we know as Earth. And it is recorded for the purpose of consciousness and just so that we can remember it. So sixth dimension is transformation. It requires balance, but this balance is a starting point for something else. So this is where you take everything that you are aware was being expressed and then experienced, and then the frequency of that, and then you becoming aware of that frequency, and then you begin to transform from it. So sixth dimension is transformation. Seventh dimension is enlightenment resonance. You've transformed, therefore you've become. This is where you remember you are already that. So eighth is an enlightenment experience. This is where we can see from the bird's eye view. The ninth dimension is the divine, its source, its complete oneness, complete understanding of all of the things. So this is where we understand why everyone has their reasons for doing the things that they do. And every being that alleges itself as separate has their own reasons and is still honors the same source. It's the same whole that everybody gets to experience. The 10th dimension and up. Okay, we are limitless, but the idea of actually expanding through the dimensions is quite limiting. So once you do, if you did expand through 1 through 9, you would then go back to 1, and we would call it 10. We go 1 to 9, 9 being complete wisdom of the divine, but we start over back at 1, however, from an aware space. And then we just go through them again. Just keep cycling through them again, much like our spiral of time. Okay, so like I said, it was a pretty watered down information. But I do hope you found some of it helpful. Now we're going to keep on going. We're going to talk about names of spirit guides because I've kind of covered all of the other different pieces of the puzzle. Okay, so just a second. Excuse me. So, names, are they important? Well, I don't believe so. Your guides do have names, of course, just like you. You have a name. They're having a life, having experience, just like you. But when we're viewing them as separate from self, that would really be the only time that you would require a name. So I only know 3 of the names of my guides. And the reason I only know 2 of those 3 names is because the guide showed up in a reading that I was receiving from my teacher. And the other guide came to me once in a meditation. We'd come a couple of times, but I kind of like asked him what his name was in a meditation. Here's where it gets tricky, because I tell you what, I was shown the name, but it was about like 30 characters long. It had too many consonants and not enough vowels for me to even guess on how we would pronounce it. So we do have a nickname, but the names weren't really the important part. But I'm not going to stop you from trying to do something. If you want to get to the name of one of the guides, you can ask. So there are some inquiry questions that you can use. So get into a meditative state. It is suggested, I don't want to say best, but you might get a stronger connection in the morning or the evening within your meditations. But you know what? If you only have 20 minutes in the afternoon, that's all you have. That's fine. Okay, don't make it more complicated than what it needs to be. So I have 2 questions. You're going to ask, what is the name of my most dominant self? And then you're going to ask, which version of self is honoring their path and is on the path to mastery? Okay, those 2 questions. What is the name of my dominant self? And which version of self is honoring their path, is honoring their passion, and is on the path to mastery? So, since we need to train our minds out of separation and duality, what if you could just look at those dominant guides as being the versions of you? How might things change in the way you view them? So, our dominant human level guides, angelic guides, galactic, are all just different fractals of your divinity pretending that it's separate. They're fractals of your divinity that are living in parallel realms outside of time. And when we connect to guides, these types of level guides, you are actually connecting with the fractals of your divinity that are most relevant for you in your current experiencing. So what's really cool, I think, is when those same fractals that help us, when they want to learn about concepts such as duality and separation, we are then in the role of spirit guide and we help them. So this is really more like a phone that goes 2 ways as opposed to just a one-way radio. So how do you connect? So if you want to work with these guides, I will give you a process that you can use for yourself very easily, apart from, the first one where you're just going in a meditative state. So when you're falling asleep, you're going to set an intention to work together with one of your guides. So there's 2 different places that you can go. You have spirit class, and this is a space where you and your most dominant guide can get together. And then we also have spirit school. So that is just basically calling in whoever needs to show up for you. So what you're going to do is to connect, while you're falling asleep, you want to repeat this mantra, okay? And it would be, I would like to attend spirit school or spirit class for, enter your intention, okay? Keep it short and sweet and to the point. So you can be Spirit School for Grace or Spirit Class for Surrender. Okay. So, or I would like to attend, or however you want to word it. Okay. You just want to say where you want to go and why you want to go there. What do you want to learn? If you don't have a specific topic, of course, it could just be like, I would like to attend Spirit School for what I need to know next. So, okay. If you want to connect to one specific guide, okay, I invoke the I am within me to connect to the essence of, and then who do you want to connect to? Okay. You could put that in differently if you don't know who specifically you want to connect to, but you want to connect to the part of you that's a healer in a different realm, for example, a different existence. I invoke the I am within me to connect to the essence of my inner healer. See who shows up. I'm not sure if I would put the word inner, actually, of the other me who, you know what, make your own. I'm making this complicated. So just, yeah, I invoke the I am within me to connect to fill in the blank. So before we start our journey today, I would like to share how we can actually work together. And I never really know when to share this information, as I've noticed when I do it at the beginning, some people, you show up late and that's fine. You have a life. I still appreciate you took the time out to come to this tonight. But I just run the risk of everybody not hearing it. So I also don't feel ethical telling you how we can work together after we've gone on the journey, because there is a possibility that you're going to be maybe still in a suggestible state. And we're not doing that. So I'm just going to let you know now. So ways we can work together is through Beyond Quantum Healing sessions. So BQH is a heart-centered form of subconscious exploration. So it does use aspects of hypnosis. All sessions are open-ended, open-minded, and have the ability to truly work miracles. You will be connected to your own higher wisdom, the soul, which has all the answers to any question. So you'll be able to receive guidance, uncover the mysteries of your life, as well as receive healing. And this healing, this can be done on the body, mind, and soul levels. And this is all done through the magic of the imagination. So what you might gain from a session, and just know the sky truly is the limit here, but some gains may include advice that is tailor-made specifically for you, such as diet recommendations, a personalized game plan that comes from your soul on what steps that you need to take next in your life, identifying and overcoming fears, gaining peace of mind, lowering your levels of anxiety, improving your relationships, and an understanding, or at least an alternate view of what you are currently facing. So there's two ways that we can do these sessions. So the first one is just a singular session, lasts about 3 hours or so. Right now, those are priced at $333 Canadian. The second way is through my Beyond Quantum Healing Metamorphosis package, which includes an interview and intake appointment. So I basically just separated that out into its own meeting. So this is where we can kind of get to know each other. And then you also are going to receive 3 regression sessions. So we'll basically just be able to start those because we've already did our intake and our interview, right? So we'll just be able to start those with a quick catch up, see how you're doing since the last time, and then we can get kind of right into it. As well as 2 30-minute support sessions that can happen anytime within the package for, whatever you need extra support on, whether that's just accountability, whatever you really need me to support you in. And then you also get 1 month of additional text and email support after the completion of our final session together. And this package also includes a whole video library that I'm calling Trigger Yourself into Mastery. So right now, there's 33 videos in there and worksheets. Most of them have worksheets to actually just help you move forward. And videos such as belief work, how to find a core belief, how we can change them, how to choose empowering ones, how to question them. They're not in that order, but anyway, there's also a bunch of videos on goal setting and goal management. So I've taken quite a few just different life coaching niche trainings. So this is where I'm putting all of this information for you. So this library alone right now is valued at about $500. So this package is priced at $9.99 Canadian. And I do offer a made for you payment plan upon request. So if anybody would like a no obligations PDF, we'll happily send one your way. Okay, so now, what happens if you feel like you're making it up? We're on our journey and you're doubting what you're getting. You feel, can't be it. I'm making this up. So do you realize that you are technically and literally making up your life as you go? You are creating it as you go. This isn't much different, okay? So you don't need to expect it to be. But just know, you cannot outsmart your soul. You may be an intelligent being, you cannot outsmart your own infinite wisdom. So you will receive the exact experience that you are meant to receive. So before we begin, I just want to walk you through an imagination exercise, because the imagination is how all this is possible. So the imagination is just but one way our soul and our various guides, dominant and non, are in constant communication with us. I'm also going to it's just a little thing that it took me a long time to realize. All of the voices in my head tend to sound just like me. So I didn't necessarily realize the times when it was my soul coming in and giving me a thought stream because it sounded like me. My various spirit guides coming in when I've asked for help, they sound like me. So it's just something to keep in mind. That's not to say they can't have their own voices, but sometimes when we're first starting to work with them, they just sound like us. So that's all. Okay, so I'd like you now to close your eyes and take a few breaths. And I would like you to imagine that we made plans to meet in your favorite coffee shop or restaurant. So just imagine yourself there right now. And today, you can't see outside the coffee shop as all the curtains have been drawn and all the window coverings are closed. And you're just sitting there, your favorite table, patiently waiting for my arrival. And your phone begins to ring, and you see that I'm phoning you. I tell you that I made a stop on the way to our coffee date today. I stopped somewhere and I've brought you a surprise, but you're going to have to come outside to see it. So imagine yourself getting up and walking to the door, but don't open it yet. I want you to know that when you open this door, you will find me on the other side, and I brought an animal to come and see you. Now open the door and see imagine, or know what type of animal I brought. What can you tell me about the animal? What are its mannerisms like? If you had to make up a story about this animal, what would it be? And allow as much detail to come as possible. And when you feel you have gotten all of the information, you can open your eyes. So, how did your information come? Did you see it? Remember it? Imagine it? Know it? Feel it? Well, this is one way you receive your information. Now, the information you got about the animal, this may reveal, well, not always, how you view yourself. So there might be some valuable information for you to explore regarding the story that you got about the animal. All right. So we're going to begin. So I'd like for you now to just get into a comfortable seated or lying down position. And just close your eyes. Now bring your attention to your breathing. We aren't trying to change the natural rhythms. We aren't trying to force anything. We are just following the natural flow of the breath, the element of air that you are already so familiar with. Notice where you feel the breath in your body. Expand where you feel the breath. Allow the element of air to fill every inch of your being. Notice how you can begin to slow your breathing down as you lean in to a state of complete relaxation. As your breathing slows down, maybe you even feel as if the breath is coming from deep within your being. Notice with each exhale, you are finding it easier and easier to relax. You are finding it easier and easier to let go of any expectations. Begin to allow the muscles of the head to relax. Allow this relaxing energy begin to flow through your entire body. Feel how the muscles of your face are beginning to relax. Unclench your jaw, relax your tongue. Maybe you even feel the beginnings of a smile starting to form as you are getting ready to release all that you have carried throughout your day. As you exhale, feel your face relax. And with each exhale, Feel yourself letting go of every bit of tension you are holding in your face. Relax your shoulders, letting every bit of tension go, allowing yourself to release that which no longer serves you. And allow this relaxing energy to move down your arms, out the fingertips. And with each breath, you feel yourself moving deeper into this experience. As your arms let go of every bit of tension, you feel yourself getting more and more relaxed. Your chest is getting relaxed. Your torso is getting relaxed. With every exhale, you are feeling more and more relaxed. Notice how your belly is starting to relax. Feel how the muscles in your legs are starting to relax. Notice any tension in your feet and allow that tension to be released now. Feel this relaxation seeping deep into your bones, muscles, tissues, cells. As you are feeling yourself getting more and more relaxed, you notice how it's easy for you to go deeper into this state of complete relaxation. Enjoy this feeling for just a moment before we continue on our journey today. Know that you can easily reach this state of relaxation anytime you wish. Now, I want you to imagine a source of light right above your head. It can be any color. Notice or feel what color it is. See or sense that this pillar of light begins to slowly enter your crown chakra, filling your entire head with light, cleansing any thoughts, emotions, or attitudes that are no longer serving you. Notice how the light gently cleanses your third eye in preparation to see the truth of your power. Moving down the relaxed muscles of the face, filling your throat with light, embracing your throat chakra, rearranging any energies that are preventing you from accessing truth. Feel the light moving down your shoulders, filling your arms with light. Feel the light moving into your heart space, transmuting the energy into the frequency of love, acceptance, trust. Feel the light moving into your solar plexus, gently activating your desire for the sacred actions to make the most supportive choices for what your soul wishes to create. Feel the light moving down into your sacral chakra, invigorating this power center and illuminating the personal choices that you need to make. Now feel the light moving down into your root chakra, enveloping you in a sense of safety, inner peace, and knowing in this power center of your intuition. Notice how the light is beginning to move down your legs, revealing how strong and sturdy they are. Notice the light is moving into your feet, out the tips of your toes, out the soles of your feet, showing you how supported you've always been. Now, if you will, allow this energy and light to start moving around your entire body. Begin to feel this energy and light moving beyond your skin, creating a beautiful field of light surrounding you. And just continue to breathe naturally and just continue to follow my voice. As we gather here now in this safe and sacred space, I'd like to ask that only the highest and most divine original source, energy, expression, and beings are allowed to participate. Let's call in your soul, your guides, your angels, your cosmic and soul family to join us in this journey today. I also invite my own soul, guides, angels, cosmic and soul family to assist in this journey today. Let's request now that your soul decides which guides are ready to step forward for our meeting today. Now that we are surrounded by our combined teams, you may begin to feel and know that you are safe and that you are protected in every way. Being surrounded by these beings and infused with the light of Source itself, you begin to feel a deep knowingness that you can access any wisdom you seek. With each breath, this truth vibrates deeper in your body, within your bones, your blood, and your cells. And at the same time, this connection expands your consciousness and expands your awareness. And as your awareness expands, you find it easy to just let go of any and all expectations about what might be in store for your journey today. And as you begin to relax, going deeper and deeper, know that I will care for you in the most genuine way as you explore your inner world. Just keep breathing in and out, just noticing the breath. Draw your attention to the breath, and it begins to feel as if your skin is breathing. And allow that breath to expand from your body, encompassing you with light, with a sense of safety and security. Each breath in and each breath out, you find yourself settling deeper in this experience, settling deeper with a sense of deep relaxation. Now, I'd like for you to imagine you're in a forest, walking along a familiar path. This path is a special path. It is the path that leads to your interior castle, to the place your soul resides. Just notice your surroundings. Maybe you notice a few of your totem animals walking along with you. Maybe you notice an elemental guide leading the way. Maybe you notice some orbs playing with each other. Maybe you notice an ancestor walking along beside you. Maybe you recognize an imaginary friend from your childhood days in this magical forest. This forest where anything and everything is truly possible. As you walk along this familiar path, you see the castle in the distance. Just take note of how it's showing up for you today. Notice how this castle has a moat around it. And imagine yourself walking to the foot of a huge drawbridge. Before you cross this bridge, you notice a box, a container with a lid. In this box, I would like for you to place all projections, judgments, assumptions, and beliefs you hold about your spirit guide team. And I would like you to put them safely in the box and close the lid, knowing that once you leave the castle today, you will have the option of picking up those projections, judgments, assumptions, and beliefs back up, or you can leave them behind. Let's say the prayer of entry is you imagine yourself walking across the bridge. Repeat after me in your mind. I cross the drawbridge into the sweet bliss of my soul. Once I close the drawbridge of my castle, I forbid all outside influences from entry into this holy place. Here in my castle, I am alone with my Creator. Under my Creator's light and companionship, I discover the depth and the beauty of my soul. I open myself to divine guidance now. And imagine yourself closing the drawbridge and just begin to look around, knowing that you can come back to this place and explore any time you wish. Perhaps you notice certain ascended masters walking the grounds, or specific saints and sages that cross your mind every so often. Just take note of this as we move along. I would like you now to find a special meeting place, a mystical orchard with trees familiar and foreign at the same time. Flowers that remind you of perhaps another your soul's experiences. You find yourself walking into a clearing, and you find two chairs facing each other. Take a seat in whichever chair is calling your name. And you find yourself being drawn to look at the path that you just walked. And you begin to see the outlines of a being walking towards you. This being is one of your human level guides. Invite them to have a seat in the chair across from you. Maybe you find yourself recognizing their energy signature. Maybe you notice how it feels quite familiar. So familiar, you might have almost missed it. Ask them if they have a message for you, and just listen and receive. Next, I'd like for you to put out your hand, and your guide is going to give you a gift. This gift will be something that you will be able to use to connect to this specific guide. Ask for this guide to reveal a specific sign to you, a sign that lets you know that they are with you. Ask if they have any advice for you, and just listen and receive. I would now like for you to connect more deeply with this spirit guide. Stand before each other, look each other in the eye, and join hands. Feel the energy of this guide coming through your hands and through your eyes. Feel how their healing energy is filling your body. Notice how your healing energy is filling their body. As you do this, you understand that you are both part of each other. You both play integral parts in each other's existence. Without one, there could be no other. Let's allow this guide to leave now and send them off with gratitude. As they walk away, just take note of how you feel. Observe your interior landscape. You now notice a stream, a bubbling brook, and you find yourself drawn to look into the water. But instead of your face being reflected back, it is your own angelic presence being reflected back to you. What do you notice about the reflection? Allow them now to exit the consciousness of the water and to stand before you now. Maybe you find yourself recognizing their energy signature. Maybe you notice how it feels quite familiar. So familiar, you might have almost missed it. Next, ask them if they have a message for you. And just listen and receive. Next, I would like for you to put out your hand, and your guide is going to give you a gift. This gift is something that you'll be able to use to connect with this specific guide. Ask for this guide to reveal a specific sign to you, a sign that lets you know that they are with you. Ask if they have any advice for you, and just listen and receive. I would like you now to connect more deeply with this guide. So stand before each other, look each other in the eye, and join hands. Feel the energy of this guide coming through your hands and your eyes. Feel how their healing energy is filling your body. Notice how your healing energy is filling their body. As you do this, you understand that you are both part of each other. You both play integral parts in each other's existence. Without one, there could be no other. Let's allow them to leave now. Send them off with gratitude. As they walk away, take note of how you feel. Observe your interior landscape. You find yourself looking up, and you notice a portal through the trees. And you hadn't noticed this portal yet. And you begin to observe the portal opening. And you see one of your galactic guides walking towards you. Maybe you find yourself recognizing their energy signature. Maybe you notice how it feels quite familiar. So familiar, you might have almost missed it. Ask them if they have a message for you, and just listen and receive. Next, I would like for you to put out your hand, and your guide is going to give you a gift. this gift is something that you will be able to use to connect with this specific guide. Ask for this guide to reveal a specific sign to you, a sign that lets you know that they are there with you. Now ask if they have any advice for you, and just listen and receive. I would now like for you to connect more deeply with this guide. Stand before each other, look each other in the eye, and join hands. Feel the energy of this guide coming through your hands and through your eyes. Feel how their healing energy is filling your body. Notice how your healing energy is filling their body. As you do this, you understand that you are both part of each other. You both play integral parts in each other's existence. Without one, there could be no other. And allow this guide to leave now. Send them off with gratitude. As they walk away, take note of how you feel and observe your interior landscape. Now we're going to head into the castle. So imagine yourself walking away from this sacred meeting place, walking towards the castle. We're going to head inside now. So ask your soul to take you to your inner healing room. Allow the energy and the frequency of this room flow throughout your body, allowing it to adjust your DNA in the most supportive and beneficial way. Your cells and your body are adjusting to the frequency that is in line with your most powerful potential. Know that this healing and frequency upgrade will continue after our journey is complete. Any changes that need to be made will be revealed to you in digestible pieces. All you have to do is ask, listen, and follow the sacred action. As we prepare to leave this place, you find yourself on the drawbridge again, standing before the box of projections, assumptions, beliefs, and judgments. What are you going to do? Are you going to pick up the box and take back the contents? Are you going to toss the box over the edge into the moat? Make that choice now, knowing that you can change your mind at any time. And I'd like you to bring your attention to your body. And I'd like for you to imagine that there is a cord of light. And this cord of light is moving out from your feet deep into the earth. This cord of light is moving through all the layers of the earth, all the way to the center. And in the center of the earth, there is another source of light, a golden light. Notice how beautiful this light is shimmering. And notice how beautiful this light is shining with colors specifically meant for you. Allow your light to mingle with the light of Gaia, creating a magnificent mixture of color. Notice this light is moving all the way up to the surface of the earth. And this light is entering through your feet, moving up your legs, moving up your spine. Allow this light to enter your heart space now. Let this light reside there in the center, in your heart, and feel how you can expand this light. Sense how this light is filling every cell of your body. And this light is keeping you connected with the energy of the earth, the healing energy of the planet. Know that this light will keep you connected all the time. And when you don't feel that connection, you can easily reconnect by sending your light deep into the heart of Gaia and allow her healing energy to connect with yours. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count to 5. And at the count of 5, you can open your eyes again and you'll notice that you are fully awake and fully present in your body. But before I do, I'd like you to take note of the expansion of your heart and the increased depth of your wisdom and of your knowing. And let's send gratitude to all who participated in our journey today. So 1, you're beginning to wake up now. 2, you can move your arms and legs, and it feels good to stretch and move. 3, you're coming back to this room now and coming back to your body completely. 4, coming completely back into your physical form and everyday conscious awareness. And 5, you're feeling wonderful, refreshed, energized, and you are fully awake. Welcome back. Okay, good. So now, welcome back. I'd love to hear how that went for everyone. Now, I want you to just grab paper, grab a journal and a pen, and I want you just to write down as much of this as you can that you remember. There was a lot. Also allow for more information to just kind of come to you in the next couple days. There's no need to overwhelm ourselves with all this. Wow, we've done a lot of work. So have a glass of water, grounding to your bodies more. I want you to just take it easy and just have a relaxing rest of your day if possible. And I really want to thank you for spending this time with me today and allowing me to be your guide on this sacred journey. Okay, thank you.